Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching live with LWL Lindsay with Love. Dang it! Lindsay with Love. Today is May 14th, 2025 on a Wednesday. You guys, yesterday I just said Lindsay with Love, and today I went back to Lindsay with Love. Why do I do that? I don't know. It just naturally flows out. Why should I fight it? Don't resist it, right, Lindsay? If you are new to my show, welcome. I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that by reminding you how energetically powerful you really are from a very natural perspective. I help you release your limiting beliefs, reprogram your subconscious mind to success so you can actually win at life. You're welcome. And good morning to the show. Time is illusion, so you're not late at all. Yeah, that's very true, and actually we're going to talk about that today because yesterday I bent time, and I did it again this morning. I worked with time. I do believe all days, every day that I'm a time bender. I think everybody is. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I'm a real life fairy. That was so pretty. Thank you, VIP Jules. Yep, we're gonna breathe, Deborah. Don't forget, or VIP Deborah, don't worry. I'll breathe. I just want to make sure. Good morning, Bex. I see you in the chat. You can't get away from me. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Holding it at the top. Breathe in a little more air. Letting it go. Congratulations, you just practiced the art of giving and receiving. You received a breath of air in and you gave energy out. How beautiful is that? Did you know that you are effortlessly a giver and a receiver? So simple. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. Leona, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Bex is laughing at me. Okay, let's go. So this morning I was like, what do I talk about today? I kind of felt like, I feel kind of tired of talking about the same not that I'm talking about the same things all the time, but at some point, you know, ultimately the subconscious programming is repetitiveness. It's consistent, repetitive work, just like your spiritual journey is repetitive, consistent work. And so sometimes it's like, what do we want to talk about today? Like, what's new in the house, right? So I was like, you know what, I'll sit down and automatic write and see what comes up. And so that's what I did for you guys today, and I'm very excited to share the information. This is so annoying, this white background, you guys, it's so annoying. And I keep downloading it as transparent. I don't know what's going on my phone. Started it, restarted it. The perfectionist in me is like, but it is what it is, right? Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. All right, so let me get my notes up, and we're gonna start the show. So you guys know when I automatic write, I typically just ask what from my highest truth and compassion, and then I ask a question. Colorful wings. Oh, did I miss them? VIP Deborah, I missed them. Oh no, womp womp. Good morning, Dreama. Welcome to the show. That's okay, because I know what they look like, and they're so pretty, so thank you. They're so pretty. So the last time I automatic wrote, now by the way, if you're inside the Cosmic Collective, you know one of my goals was to automatic write every single day. So I'm calling myself out here, but I will say that the transformation shifted a little bit for me about month 2 in, especially since I started working with my TikTok coach in April. So I'm allowing myself the flexibility, the adaptability of the shift, because I know ultimately I am transforming my life and making progress. So is it an excuse? No, I don't think it's an excuse, because I'm still moving forward toward my dreams and my goals. And I mean, like, my TikTok is popping off. So I'm well on my way to all my goals. So the last time I automatic wrote was March 31st. I'm sorry to my guides, right? And today is May 14th. But that's okay. It is what it is. I've been moving and grooving, making forward progress every single day toward my dreams and goals. So let's not get down on ourselves when we say we're going to do something and then we're like, oh my gosh, that totally fell to the wayside. But at the end of the day, I'm evolving every day, right? Now, if I was just sitting on my sofa every day not doing anything to make my life better, then I would be frustrated with myself, and I'd probably be guilting myself and shaming myself. But I'm writing every day with astrology and all the other things, so I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad. That comes to a number 7. Wow, that's a long time, VIP Deborah says. It is, actually. But I've been doing so much other energetic work, right? Work. Yeah, just look what you've done. There's a time and place for everything. Amen, right? Amen. All right, so today is what I asked. This is what I started off with. I said, I type, right? So it says, hello, it's been a long time. This is what I said to my guides, my higher self. I said, it's been a while since I've sat down to automatic type. And for that, I apologize. But sorry, one second. I thought somebody knocked at my door, which is like, but It sounds like somebody dropped something upstairs. Okay. I said I apologize, but my higher self doesn't care. My higher self's not mad at me, right, you guys, ever. So I said, I trust that you know that I've been creating consistently to help the world become a brighter place. So I said sorry, but I was kind of like, why did I say sorry? Because my higher self knows what I'm doing every day, right? God, Source, Universe, Creator sees me creating consistently every single day, so I don't need to say sorry, but I felt it appropriate. Then I said, from my highest truth and compassion, for the good of all and the harm of none. Because it is from my highest truth and compassion. And I always am looking to reach people in a way for the good of all and the harm of none. What is it that my audience needs to hear today? What is it that my audience needs to hear today? Now, some of you are going to hear this and you're going to be like, that doesn't apply to me. And okay, please use your discernment. This is my automatic typing coming through. So use your discernment, tap in, and if it applies, then it applies. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. And like, let it be what it is, right? Let it be what it is. Waiting for the vote. Welcome back to the show. Mystical Blue Eyes, number 7 means completion. So maybe you did the automatic writing for what you were using it for. No, I haven't. I haven't, but thank you for the thought. I haven't. I still have plans with it. But it's also just a beautiful way, you guys, to reconnect with your higher self if you feel like you've been maybe disconnected, or if you've been just feeling a little bit like, I don't know, directionless or something like that. It's really powerful. Well, it's Brandon back. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you too. Welcome back, waiting for the vote. Wait in. All right. My higher self says, many people in the audience are spiritually gifted. I was like, oh, we're starting off strong on a Wednesday morning. Many people in your audience are spiritually gifted. And then my higher self says, of course, you know all people are spiritually gifted. But specific to your audience, most of them desire to do what you are doing in some capacity, which is to shine their light and help humanity evolve. So they are like using me as an example, but this is not to say that you're like watching me because you want to be me by any means. I don't think that at all. And my ego is very humbled at this point, so we sit her down. But I think what they're trying to convey is maybe you desire to share your spiritual gifts in some way, right? Okay. And you have them, which is great. Everybody does. Everybody does, but people that hang out with me maybe tap into theirs sooner or feel more confident to share them or whatever. Because that's part of my gift to the world, is to, I don't know, be the leader in doing weird things sometimes. So other people, weird, because what is normal anyway? I don't believe in the word normal because who decided what normal is? But, you know, to kind of carve the path, so to speak. Mystical Blue Eye says, I can see that. I'm the same way. Yeah, exactly. Which is why you're hanging out with me, right? Like attracts like. So they say, however, many of them are nervous, afraid, or unsure of where to start. Unsure, afraid, or kind of not unsure where to start, nervous or afraid. He says, why do I say he when I talk about my higher self? That is the weirdest thing. The guides, my higher self, the automatic writing, the channeling says, perhaps you can give them some guidance. And then they're funny. They say, ... shed some light, you know? And I was like, that's funny, because we're just talking about how you desire to share your light with the world. And they're like, you know, shed some light on it, you know, like light bulb on. Oh, it made me giggle. Anyway. So they say what we mean is that they are so close to their manifested desire. As you learned yesterday listening to Abraham. But for whatever reason, and they say in parentheses, there are too many to list, so ask your audience their reasons, they don't move forward. Now, yeah, Mystical Blue Eyes, I thought it was so cute. VIP Brenda, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the heart puffs. So when I was listening to Abraham yesterday, and I meant to actually share this with you guys yesterday, I don't think I did. Abraham was talking about, and when I say Abraham, I mean Abraham Hicks. Esther Hicks channels an entity, a high vibrational being, a group of beings called Abraham, right? Everybody's clear and knows who they are. So when I say Abraham, that's what I mean. And she was channeling and she was talking about how the second that you have the thought and the desire in your heart, that moment, you are so physically close to manifesting. Like it's already like 90% done, 95. We'll call it 99. And the only thing you must do is not resist your own damn happiness, your own damn abundance. Why are we fighting our own abundance? Why are we fighting our own happiness? It's crazy talk, right? So when they say what we mean is your audience is so close to sharing their spiritual gifts, so close to putting themselves out there, so close to really impacting the world the way they desire. Ultimately, deep down in your heart, you're here because you want to impact the world in a positive way. That's why I'm here. That's why I wake up and do what I do every morning. That's why I wake up and I tap into the cosmic collective. That's why I wake up and think about what I can create today that will help somebody get out of a funk, get out of a space where they're blocking their money, get out of a space where they don't feel confident, get out of a shitty relationship that's holding them back from their greatest life. Whatever it is, whatever the toxic cycle is for you, maybe it's all of them, right? Yep, you do have to love yourself. And if you have hatred in your heart for anything or anyone, you absolutely cannot love yourself fully. If you have hatred in your heart for anyone, you cannot love yourself fully. I hate to be the bearer of that news, but the second that you realize that, you can start to forgive those around you that have either done wrong or hurt you in some way, and so that you can actually start to love yourself fully, right? So my guides are like, there's reasons. Everyone has a reason why they're not doing what they really want to do in life. I don't know what your reason is. I've given up on giving myself excuses. I just simply decided I'm going to go for it. I don't want to get up to wherever I'm going. I say up because I think we think like heaven, wherever, like the gates. That's my religious background coming into the show and the conversation. But it's like, I don't want to get to wherever I'm going next and be like, damn, you had all of that? Like, you had all the tools, you had all the knowledge, and you're just afraid to open your mouth and say something? Like, that would suck. That would just suck. So I decided I'm not going to do that. Unfortunately, it did take like a couple of like big, like, I don't know, life scares in order to get to this place. Those were my big catalysts. But once you have the big catalyst, like, damn it, you better get yourself into action. Because like, I've had like near-death catalysts. So if I don't get myself out of my own fear and out of my own head and out of my own like, oh, I'm scared, at those catalysts, then like, what is the next catalyst? They only grow, right? They only grow. So I'm thinking like, shoot, how many more of these do I have left, right? So I say, let's go. Good morning, VIP Jewels. Why do I just feel like everything looks so dark today? I don't have the sun on my eyes. I don't know. I feel like look a little crazy. Oh, geez. Okay. The lighting is lighting. Okay. The guides go on to say, now, this is not for everyone in your audience. So not every one of you that's listening is like, I'm afraid, I'm unsure, I'm nervous. Not everyone, right? I said that at the beginning because I don't want to put this idea in your brain and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm scared. No, that's not the case. Use your discernment. Use your intuition. You know if there's something you want to do in your heart that you're not doing. You know that. You don't have to call yourself out, but you know that, right? So then this conversation is for you. But if you're doing everything you want to do in your heart, and every day you're simply just evolving and expanding, then this conversation maybe isn't for you, right? That's okay. You can still hang out. It's the light color top. Yeah, I did. That might be it too, because I had a blue shirt on earlier, like a dark blue, but I didn't like it. So then right before the show, I put on this white shirt, and it is what it is. It is what it is. It's okay. You know, the show must go on. Right? The show must go on. So they say, no, this isn't for everyone in your audience. Many of them have found their courage or are in the process of finding it, which really is the only energy required at the beginning of shining your light. At the beginning of shining your light. You really only need courage, right? I have this natural talent that I'm keeping hidden away. I'm a psychic. How did you know that? I don't know, I'm a psychic. Ha 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 ha, psychics, ha ha. But it's like, actually I'm a psychic. Like, I don't know what to tell you, right? What do you really want me to say? So there's a lot of interesting things that you just need courage to do. Just say it one time. Find that friend that's really open, non-judgmental, whatever, right? Mystical Boy says, it's so funny you're talking about the light within. You are having a light issue, girl. You're shining. My light. Huh? What? I feel like I can't read that sentence. All right. So you need the courage to say, this is what my guides say. They say the courage to say, you know what? Screw this. I know who I am, and I'm done caring what anyone thinks of my light. I know I am made of the same energy as God, Source, Universe, Creator, which means I shine just as bright. So today, I choose to illuminate myself fully. That's what my guides wrote. I was like, wow. I'll say it again. They say, now this is not for everyone in your audience. Many of them have found their courage or are in the process of finding it, which is really the only energy required at the beginning of shining your light. The courage to say, you know what, screw this. I know who I am, and I'm done caring what anyone else thinks of my light. I know I am made of the same source energy as God, Source, Universe, Creator. Pick one that resonates for you. Which means I shine just as bright. So today I choose to illuminate myself fully. For when I illuminate myself fully, there is no darkness to be seen. Of course, the darkness does not disappear. I simply choose to focus on shining my light and sharing my positive energy with the collective. I was like, well, damn, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Oh, that's better. I feel like that's better. So I said, thank you. What else do they need to know? You are showing us your light. And that's why you are having a light issue. LOL. Oh, I see. Shine bright like a diamond. Beck says, got it. I got it. Mystical Blue Eyes. Thank you. I was like, huh? So thank you. What else do they need to know? That's what I said next. Because I was like, okay. And they said, well, some of them may feel isolated or alone. I get this, right? When you have a spiritual awakening and nobody else around you has had a spiritual awakening, it is a strange experience. It's not hard, it's not scary, it's just different. And you're like, oh, what just happened? What literally just happened? Luckily for me, I have a beautiful partner who's very open-minded, and he's like, what is reality? What is time? I don't know if that exists. Like, I haven't seen it with my eyes, and even if I did, does it still exist? Like, I don't know. So he's very kind of like cerebral in that way of like, and kind of like visceral in like, what is this reality, right? So when I had my spiritual awakening, I was like, holy shit. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna sound really weird. Mind you, we were still like dating. Sometimes I think we are meant to be, because I'm like, all the strange things we've gone through together, and here we are. And I was like, I just experienced this. And I was like, do you think I'm crazy? And he was like, no. He's like, I believe it. I mean, like, it's your experience. Like, how am I to say what's right and what's wrong, or if it's real or not? Right? How am I to say? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how I'm supposed to know what to say about it, right? So some of you might feel isolated or alone because you don't have that person to say, like, this is what is happening to me. These are the experiences I'm having, whether it's lucid dreaming, out-of-body experience, astral projection, deceased transitioned people visiting you in dreams and leaving messages. I have people that come to me in dreams and they want me to give messages to people from like 30 years ago. And I'm like, okay, like, this is uncomfortable for me to do, right? But they say that, and then they said, of course you can tell them about the Cosmic Collective, but there's no obligation to join. So if you are feeling isolated and you need a safe space to just be yourself, to reinvent yourself post spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, the Cosmic Collective is a place to do it. It's a very safe space for you to just show up in your most authentic energy, whatever that looks like at the moment, and then transcend into different energies if you desire, and just vibe out, right? So if you want to do that with us, you can do that. You get access to a private Discord, you get group energy healing. Cosmic Collective members, we are group energy healing in 25 minutes, and I'm so excited for this group energy healing. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be super powerful. So try to show up if you can. You get access to 2 live Q&As with me every single month, along with a spiritual lesson from me every single month. So it's like jam-packed, and you get astrology every single month, especially during the 6-month transformation we're working on together. It's jam-freaking-packed. So if you want to come vibe out with us and you need a safe space to be yourself post-spiritual awakening, because other people are like, what happened to you? And you're like, can't really explain it. You wouldn't understand, you know, that kind of energy. People are looking at you kind of like, oh, what the heck? So my guides say to tell you about that, so I'll listen. So there's that. And they say, however, if they desire to truly shine their light, if you desire to truly shine your light and you cannot move out of fear, you don't have to join the Cosmic Collective. But if you want to shine your light and you cannot move out of fear to do this on your own, my guides say that you will sit still in stagnation and frustration because your heart craves something that you are resisting to fulfill. And in that case, you require assistance. You require assistance. So I don't need to be the one to guide you or give you the assistance. But if you are somebody who really is ready to step into your authentic energy and you are scared as hell to do it, you need a friend. You need a mom, a dad, a friend, a sister, a grandma, an auntie. I don't care who, a stranger that you go meet up with once a week to just like hold you accountable, remind you how powerful you are, give you the courage and the bravery to step forward every day. It's very important. Because otherwise you have something in your heart and it sits on your heart and it sits on your heart, and everything you do outside of that thing that's in your heart is going to not feel good. It's going to feel 50% fulfilling, 80% fulfilling, 70% fulfilling. But at the end of the day, you want fullness. You want to feel totally complete. And how will you do that if you never follow your heart and you're stuck in fear? Doesn't make sense, right? Good morning, Lisa. VIP Lisa's in the house. VIP Deborah says, thank you, Lindsay. You're welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here, VIP Deborah. Why? I can't speak today, you guys. I'm just like, oh. VIP Jewel says, the collective is really a life-changing space. I could have never achieved half of what I have in these past months without them. VIP Jules, you are on your way to the top, girl. You're already up there energetically. We're just moving the reality. We're just letting the illusion catch up, right? We're letting the illusion catch up to your powerful energy. So my guides say that you require someone, anyone, to remind you often of your power, of your beauty, your craft, your skills, your mission, what time really is. What time really is. This is really important. What time really is. What is it? What is time? Time is like the one thing that man has like created out of thin air and then put a price tag on. Monetized a fake idea. It's wild actually when you think about it. It's like, oh. I will come to this office for 8 hours and you will pay me $40 every hour I sit in my office. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's time. What is it? It's not even real. Yesterday I had an idea come into my brain at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It is an idea in my brain. By 4 p.m. I had sent it out to market. In other words, people could access it in 3 hours. In 3 hours, I built a sales landing page, a checkout page. I crafted the product appropriately. I packaged it up nicely. I created an email flow so when people purchase it, they get the product right away, and I sent an email out offering it. In 3 hours! That's freaking wild! From idea to market, 3 hours. I was like, damn girl. I was so proud of myself. I was like, holy shit, I just spent time. I was in flow state creating, zoom, 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 like a wild lady. Felt crazy in a good way, like a good crazy. I was just like, I'm creator mode. Lala, good morning, Lala on YouTube. Lala says, I'm not going to be able to make the meeting today. I want to send everybody extra love and extra light. That's okay, Lala. You can always catch it on replay. It's going to be super powerful, so I really do suggest you catch it on replay when you have time to tap in for maybe about 30 minutes or so. Waiting for the Boat says, amazing. Yeah, but anybody can do it because you can bend time. You can just, what did I do in that moment? I was inspired, you guys. I was like, okay, I have this inspiration. I don't have anything pressing on my desk at the moment. I'm working on filming YouTube videos for June for all the zodiac signs, but it's May 14th, so I'm doing pretty good, right? I mean, really filming takes so little time and editing takes so much time. Anyway, I'm going to delete that because I can do it very quickly and effortlessly and easily and productively and efficiently because I'm a time bender and you are too. Just like this morning. Thought I woke up late. I was like, oh crap, I'm going to be late. I ended up being late for my own show because I was fighting technology, which this is a different story. I would have been on time, right? But I'm in divine order always. And it was around 7:30 and I was like, oh, I have to wash my hair, blow dry my hair, get ready, all within an hour and a half. I was like, right? I have a lot of long, thick hair. It requires work. And I bent time and I was done at 8:30. I was like, I'm just going to do it faster. VIP Erin is in the house. Good morning. Good morning, VIP Erin. So if you are somebody who is on your journey, you've spiritually awakened, you have something in your heart to share with the world, but not just share with the world in a way that I'm just giving of myself. I'm talking overflowing the cup, receiving an even energetic exchange, whether it's in the form of money or other trading services, whatever. You're going to be compensated for the work that you do in the world. You're going to be compensated for shining your light. Why? Because the most authentic people make the most money in this lifetime. And when I say money, okay, scratch that. The most authentic people are the most abundant people in this lifetime. Relationships, health, wealth, money, friends, material things, safety, whatever, right? Whatever. They're the most abundant. Why? Because the universe, think about it, you were created this way. You were created out of God, source, universe, creator, the same source energy. So you were created in perfection, in wholeness, in totality. But if you don't show up in that authentic energy, what are you doing other than resisting parts of you? Which means you're not giving all of you to the universe. So how can you get paid in full? You're not going to get paid in full. You're going to get paid in 50%. Ew, nobody wants 50%. We want 100%. Damn it. Right? So go get paid in full. How? By shining your light. And if you're afraid to do that, you've got to find somebody that can help you get out of that fear. Help you step forward into your fullest expression. Because that's how you win at life. Thank you, Lisa. My hair, my energy is beautiful. No resistance, nothing but whole embrace. Yep, VIP Jules, you got it, girl. So then I said, thank you. What else do they need to know? And this is kind of cryptic, and maybe it's for somebody listening. I don't know. They said there's power in numbers. Life really is a game of energetic numbers. I was like, oh, okay. Life is a game of energetic numbers. That's what they told me. And I expected more typing to come through because I was like, this is a rather interesting conversation we've got going here. And then nothing happened. My fingers stopped. And I was like, okay, thank you. What else do they need to know? And they said there's nothing more at this time. This will be a beautiful conversation full of love, acceptance, and appreciation. And I was like, okay, namaste, thank you. And that was that. That was the end of the conversation. Yeah, I think maybe. I mean, I think like zeros and ones to VIP Lisa, right? Zeros and ones. There was I had a moment in my life where I could like, I could like spit out a series of zeros and ones based like, this is so weird. This was like this niche moment in my life where I could like stand next to somebody. I'm like, could just give them their pattern like 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. And in a silly way, but in very much like, holy shit, that just made sense way. Like, wait, did you just read me in zeros and ones? Energy is waves. Yep, it is. You got that right. VIP Deborah says, learn your energy and heal your energy. Every time I see something you put out, I wonder, do I need it? VIP Deborah, I'm sure the answer is no. The answer is no. VIP Lisa says, energy is waves. VIP Deborah says, love the look. You redid everything, girl. You've been busy. Yes, I have. VIP Lisa says, oh, how fun. There's got to come a point for all of you listening, because I fall into this too sometimes. I see something and I'm like, oh, I need that. Like, I need that knowledge. I need that information. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. For example, if you have never built a website and you've listened to the YouTube videos and you've done what the free resources say and you are still a little bit stumped, then maybe you do need a course to learn that skill or hire somebody. If you have never marketed something before in your life And it's very foreign to you to put your products and yourself out there in a way that people might give you money in exchange for them. And you've listened to the free resources and you've read the books and you still feel like something is not clicking, then maybe you do need a coach. Maybe you do need that course. Maybe you do, because sometimes we do need to learn things, right? But I always, I will be so ready to buy something and then I'm like, and I sit with it for like a day and I'm like, Lindsay, is this a procrastination technique because you already know what's in that course, you already know what to do and you're just not doing it? Or you're doing it and it hasn't worked out fully in the way you desire it yet, and because of that you think you need more information in your brain but you already know? Or do you truly need help? And a lot of the time it is, maybe it just hasn't worked out yet the way I desire it. Maybe I just haven't tried in a few months, so I should try it again in a different way, right? So you have everything inside of you. You're the cosmos. You're all things. You're God, source, universe, creator. Oh, bird. I have such beautiful view of so many birds right outside my window. VIP Deborah says, that's exactly how I feel sometimes, so I'm never sure, and I should be, but I'm not always. Do what I just suggested. Do my trick and sit down and say, do I think I really need this? Ask your higher self. Contemplate it. Is it something you're doing or is it something you already have inside of you? And then if you decide that you do want to invest, right? Because anytime you purchase something that is propelling your life toward your dreams, that's an investment in you. That's you showing you that you respect you. I love me so much that sometimes when I do really need help, I invest in myself, money. And anytime I invest in myself, I'm getting at least 10 times or 100 times more because I invested. And because I invested and I implemented. I didn't just sit through the masterclass. The second that I got done with the masterclass, I started working on the thing that the masterclass suggested I do, right? So if you're investing in yourself and you're implementing, then I would expect a 10x or a 100x return, right? You and I think a lot like, you and I think alike. I already have it, I'm already doing it. Yep, exactly. VIP Deborah. VIP Jewel says, and if you're doubting, folks, that's how you know Lindsay is the real deal. I mean, I'm not trying, like, it's challenging, right? Because as a spiritual person, I'm like, I'm not chasing you down for a sale. I would like an energetic exchange always, but at the same time, like, you got to ask yourself, do I really need this? Sometimes you do. Sometimes you really do. But sometimes you just need to get over yourself, sit your ego down, tell it to shut up and do the damn thing. Which is it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know you. I don't know your energy. And by the way, even though sometimes I'm very talented and gifted at knowing people and their energy, I still don't really like to I won't tell you what to do. I would say, what does your intuition say? How would you decipher this? VIP Deborah says, it's so interesting that when you finally sit down to channel again, this is what comes out. Divine timing. I know. I was like, okay, oh. It was I honestly was nervous because it's not a lot of words, but they were like, when they said that's all, I was like, okay, they know that I'll get like to the end and it'll be nice timing. Which is 9:48. And at exactly 10 o'clock, we are jumping onto Zoom, Cosmic Collective members, and we are doing what I believe will be a very transformative, powerful programming experience. I'm so excited to guide you guys today. And so with that, we should jump over to VIP manifesting and VIP energetic wave. Ooh, I need to go fill my water. Go on, Jules. Do what you got to do, girl. Don't worry. I'm going to give us a few minutes before we start. So like a 10:05 start, right? Because I need to kind of jump in and out. I want to situate myself I want to turn off the air. It's cold in here. VIP Aaron says, I'll only be able to be in the Zoom for 30 minutes. Doctor appointment. Is that okay? Yeah, that is okay. And VIP Aaron, I miss you. I hope everything is well. I hope everything is well. Well, yes, Tony, of course. The replays will always be in Teachable. Tony, good morning. I didn't see you in here. Good morning. Yeah, the replays will always be in Teachable. Manifesting Club members, the replay is available in Teachable too. So if you missed the Manifesting Club Monday night, the replay is available. I should start sending out emails when I put them in there so people know. Because I feel like I'm putting them in there for like no reason, but good morning. I'm too busy at work today to join. That's okay, Tony. Get your work done because that is a priority, right? That's a responsibility in this human world. so you can get your work done, and then you can tap in when you have time. Because it's going to be powerful, you guys, and it's not going to be like deeply meditative where you're going to come out crying or anything like that. Hopefully not anyway. It's more, it's going to be more of an empowering experience than anything. All right, so for those of you that are interested in joining the Cosmic Collective, it sounds like something you'd want to do. I would say please don't. Lala, I sent you the Teachable link, and it's also inside of Discord, but I can email it to you again. I will email it to you one more time. I won't make you cry. It won't be. If it's anything, it's gonna be a little tear of joy, of empowerment, of courage, of bravery, of happiness. For those of you that are interested in this, you may want to join. If you even think a little bit, you might be interested, and you have $49 to give for 30 days of experience, I would say give it a try. Because the second that you join the Discord, it's not just the course. The courses are beautiful. They're super empowering. They're going to help you energetically understand yourself. But it is the community. It is having access to my knowledge and my energy whenever you need it. I mean, literally, you can just drop a question into the chat, and the second I see the question, which might not be at midnight, right? But it might be the next morning or a couple of hours later. But the second I see it, I'm going to reply to you. And I'm going to give it my all, whatever I can give around the question you have. It is life-changing. Thank you for that, VIP Jules. VIP Aaron says, thanks, I miss every two. I have so much to catch up on, a lot going on. That's okay, VIP Aaron. I trust that you're in divine order. I trust that. Okay. Plus, it's the end of the school year, girl. Of course you have, I'm sure you're grading papers, you've got graduations, there's, things, new routines and all that. All right, you guys, so YouTubers, Lala, I will resend you the link. Please check your email, because I did send it the last time we spoke about this, but I'll send it again. It's also inside of Discord under the Teachable Course Access channel, so you can just go into Discord if you want and find the link there so you can get your login and stuff. So I'm going to go. YouTubers, have a great day. I will see most of you back on Zoom in literally 10 minutes. And for TikTokers, we're going to go VIP only.